Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about minimalism and death, and I know that this might seem like it's a very depressing topic, but I promise you that it is about life and joy and happiness. Now the second thing that I need to tell you, if you can't tell already, is that I'm not very well and I've had a fever for the past few days, and now it's turned into this horrific sore throat and cough combo, and I haven't slept very well for a few nights now because I just keep coughing myself awake. I feel very just low energy and a bit rubbish. So I thought, what a good time to do a video about death. So just as a warning, if you don't like nasal voices or coughing, you're not gonna like this video because I'm so nasal right now. I'm so nasal. I annoys myself because I sound like I'm doing an impression of an ill person. But I'm just ill. Minimalism and death. It's something I've wanted to talk about for a long time because it's one of the most important parts of my outlook on life, really. Let's talk about death and hoarding first of all, so like the opposite of minimalism. So one of the reasons hoarding is sort of justified, or one of the reasons that's given to it, is it's people who have a fear of death. And this manifests itself through collecting possessions, through trying to, externalize your identity and to try and have things around you that aren't going to die because you are worried that you will die. Okay, so that's hoarding, that's the other side of minimalism. To bring it back to minimalism, I just wanted to quickly talk about another way of thinking that I really, really like, which is Stoicism. And it's an ancient Greek philosophy. And there are some bits in it which I really, really love, and one of them is the attitude towards death, which is what I'm going to talk about now, after I've blown my nose. So Stoicism teaches us that death is the only guarantee in life. Everything else is just an assumption. We assume that, tomorrow is going to happen. We assume that our loved ones are still going to be here. Everything else is just assumed. Death is the only thing that we could be completely certain about. But the problem is that because it's easier, we end up just forgetting about it, or just trying not to think about the fact that we are not permanent. It's too difficult to deal with, so we ignore it. We pretend that we're never gonna die. In our heads, we try and never ever consider that we're gonna die. So Stoicism essentially says that not only should we be not ignoring the fact that we're gonna die, but we should be meditating on it. We should be thinking about it quite regularly. When we truly embrace that everything is impermanent, all the people, all of the things, this planet, everything is impermanent, then we can actually sort out our priorities, which to me is the main thing of minimalism. So minimalism is working out what is and what isn't important, whether that's your possessions or whether that's what's happening in your life. And the only way to do this properly is to measure it against the only guarantee, which, as I've said, is death. It's how you stay grounded and separated from all of the bullshit in life. I used to lie in bed stressing about the next day at work, or about all the things I had to do, and to the point where I couldn't really sleep. I would just be lying there just worrying about everything, and in the moment they can feel so massive, all of these worries and all these things you've got to do, and these anxieties and these stresses. But as soon as you remember that those stresses aren't going to be around you for very long, nor are the people you're stressing about, or even you. Nothing is permanent. And once I started training my brain just to, almost like as a reflex, whenever I start stressing, I just kind of go, oh, but you're gonna die one day, and I kind of go, oh yeah, I'm gonna die one day. I should probably just try and relax and enjoy myself a bit more than, shouldn't I? It's a tool for just making sure that I've got my priorities right and that I'm not getting wrapped up in modern day crap. Death is a sad thing when it happens, but pretending it doesn't happen just ruins all sense of perspective. If you ignore the massive guaranteed thing, then all the little things will seem like big things. And it doesn't need to be sad when you think about death, because no one's actually died. It's just maintaining this awareness that people do. I found that this way of thinking, just thinking about the fact that nothing is permanent, has improved my relationships and my work life, and just my hold on my stress levels. It's improved everything. My head is just such a nicer place to be because of it. It makes me feel truly grateful for everything that I have, because I realize that I'm not entitled to it. I'm not entitled to all of this being here tomorrow. There's no guarantee that all of this is still going to be here. And so I know that because I only have a limited amount of time here and a limited amount of time with these things and these people, that I have to treasure it. I have to treasure every single moment. I realize that we only have a limited amount of time here. So I know it might sound like a little bit of a depressing thing, but I promise you that we are taught not to discuss death or to bring up death, because it's like, we only talk about it when someone dies. That's the only time that we actually confront the fact that we're not here forever. And I think if everyone was a little bit more open about the fact that we do die, then we would be forced into prioritizing things better. And I think that's, you know, that's what's at the heart of minimalism. Just remember that nothing is guaranteed, nothing in this life. So if you have something or you have someone, that you treat it like it deserves to be treated, because it's not guaranteed that you'll be able to make up for it. I'm going to go and drink lots of lemon sip and watch Stranger Things, I think. And thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was the uplifting video that I wanted it to be, and not the depressing video that the title makes it sound like it is. Thank you so much for watching, and please feel free to subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much if you already have, and please feel free to follow me on my Instagram. I don't always talk like this. If you're new, I don't know how to describe my speaking voice, but it's not as annoying as this, I like to think. Maybe it is, I don't know, but this is super annoying, and I have to live with this. So imagine what it's like for me. You've only had to put up with it from one video. So have a lovely day, and I will see you in my next video. See you later. Goodbye.